What's up, YouTube? I'm here at my bike shop today, bicycle bike shop out in Boynton Beach, Florida. Today I'm going to be unboxing the new SE bike iced out big flyer 29-inch. This is one of SE's newest drops out. We got them available now at Bicycle. We're gonna go ahead and unbox it so I can get it built up, do a little review on it, and get it up so I can have it on the showroom floor. I don't think I'm gonna do any wheelies on it, but I will definitely probably take it for a test ride. Let's go ahead and get inside the bike shop and get this new bike unboxed. As soon as you open the box, you see what comes in here. Got the big flyer. I wish it was an HD. I'm more of a big fan of the HD big flyers than the regular big flyers, because the HD big flyers come with disc brakes. These have V brakes on there. We'll talk about that later. Got the box. This contains parts in there, probably pedals and some extra accessories that you're gonna need. This is the seat. We're gonna put that on first so that I can mount this on to the bike stand. So when I like to build these new bikes, especially with the seat posts, because I've seen seat posts get stuck in frames before, I like to apply some Park Tool grease. You can get this on Amazon. You can get this at your local bike shop. I have a link to this Park Tool grease in my YouTube description below. Check it out. I like to get some on there just so like it doesn't get stuck in that seat post over time, especially for those who like to leave their bike outside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the bike out real quick. Let me get one of those. So you're gonna need a 6mm Allen key wrench, and you're gonna go ahead and tighten your seat post. This bike stand is fire, I love it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and mount this up. All right, guys, before I go ahead and start taking off all the plastics, just so I can make this process more easy for me, I'm just gonna start where I need to start building the bike at. These handlebars need to go on first, because the moment I break these zip ties, the handlebars are gonna go flying and they're gonna be hanging. And I don't really want them hanging, so. I haven't built a big flyer in a long time. It's a cool colorway. I'm a big fan of blue. Anodized blue is a nice color on these bikes. I can see more details on this bike. We'll talk about that when we do the walk around, but I'm already liking the blue spoke nipples that I'm seeing on this thing, so that's pretty dope. I know big flyers are not the hottest selling bikes in the market, but you know, if you build a big flyer right, you could have a nice smooth big flyer. There's a few things that I would do to this bike if I had one, and we're gonna talk about that. But there's a lot of things you can do to a bike. Like, you can enjoy the bike stock for a little bit, but you're gonna wanna do a few things to it. Big flyers are definitely like one of those underrated bikes on the market. I had a green camo big flyer. I've always wanted to do like a big flyer converted into a big ripper build, but my big flyer didn't last long in my collection, so I sold it. Shout out to Angelo, he actually bought it for his cousin. The thing about me selling my bikes, I've always sold my bikes to people I know, you know what I mean? So time to time, I would see my old bike on the street somewhere. It's a dope feeling sometimes, especially the bikes that I built. It's cool seeing those one-of-one projects on the streets. So anyways, taking off the front wheel now. That's just the chain guard. I don't think I'm gonna install that on there. Probably keep it for the customer just in case they do want to install it. If you are someone that travels, I recommend you keeping all the plastic little pieces that come with these bikes, because they'll be helpful when you packet the bike to travel. Like, let's say you're going to New York or something. This little thing for the forks are important, so make sure if you travel a lot, you keep stuff like this. Free game. Ready to install these pedals now. So we got the pedals. The bike does come with pegs as well for you combo guys out there. And we got the manual, and you're also gonna need this so you can set up your warranty for your bike as well. These bikes do come with warranty brand new out the box. However, you do need to make sure you set up the warranty and make sure you keep this book. Install these pedals. These pedals are directional and labeled left, right. This one has an L and this one has an R. Before I put my pedals on, I always like to apply some Park Tool grease. Again, link to this is in the description below. You guys should definitely grease up your bikes whenever you get a chance to. This is gonna go on the right side. Who's that? You guys don't have to OD tighten your pedals, but definitely make sure they're tight. We're just trying to look out for y'all, man. You feel me? A lot of you worms. Nah, but a lot of you guys out there do be messing up y'all bikes due to some of the simplest stuff ever. And we want to help you guys out and make sure you guys don't mess up y'all bikes. That's kind of why I'm making this video. I kind of want to show you guys how to put a brand new bike together. Big flyers, big rippers are usually the easiest bikes to put together because it's literally front rim, pedals, handlebars, and the rest is adjusting everything, you feel me? So I'm gonna keep this on here so that we don't mess that seat up. So when you're installing your pegs, you're gonna need a deep socket, 15 millimeters. I'm gonna take off the non-drive side bolt first. All right, y'all, with installing these pegs, I'm gonna go ahead and put the washer on first. Same thing on this side. The fun part now is ripping off the rest of the protection. Sometimes you gotta bust the scissors out. Yeah. I might have to sit on the bike and do some more adjustments, but I'm just gonna eyeball it for now until I take this thing on a test ride, and then I'll be able to see it better. It's not necessary on these brand new bikes, but one of the things we like to do over here at Bicycle is put some lubricant in your housing so that it's nice and smooth when you get the bike. Just like to apply some lube on the cable thing.
How good? 26-inch tire. 26.
It'll turn the handlebars a little bit to the right. Usually when you get a new bike, you're gonna wanna adjust the handlebars to your liking. Now, because I have long arms, I'm usually gonna have my handlebars sticking out just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. For this bike, this is not my bike, so I'm not gonna adjust it too much, but right now, it's perfect. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put some air in these tires. So it says with the Bozax, you can run anywhere between a minimum of 35 PSI and a high of 65 PSI. Now, me personally, anytime I went above 50 PSI on a brand new SC bike with Bozax, the tire explodes. So just to be safe, I'm only gonna put 40 PSI in these tires, maybe 45. So right now, it only has about 19 PSI in it. I'm gonna put 40. Actually, I'm just gonna put 35 in it.
No, that's...
I'm gonna go take this thing for a little test ride. First ride on the new iced out silver big flyer by SC Bikes. If you guys didn't know, I used to be sponsored by SC Bikes from 2021 to 2022, 2023-ish. They make good bikes. There's just some things on here that I would upgrade on here for the wheelie culture. You know, I ain't hating on the bike or anything. I have SC bikes in my collection. I got Thrones in my collections. I got collective bikes in my collection. The only bike brand I don't have in my collection yet is a Mafia bike. So if the bike is nice, I'm gonna wanna cop it and I'm gonna wanna test it out for myself. So 911 Turbo S kind of matches the colorway of the Big Flyer. That thing's clean. So this bike is a 29-inch Big Flyer. I'm a tall rider, guys. As a tall rider, you know, it's kind of hard to find a bike that's comfortable for you. It has a silver paint job with blue and black accents on here, anodized blue hubs, anodized blue nipples, which is I am a fan of. We got an anodized blue seat post, SC bike seat, anodized blue stem. Kind of looks like the same stem that came on the Fast Rippers. Pretty cool. On the stem cap, it has the slogan, it's called Bike Life for a reason. I like that. Pro Max 2-finger brake. They're pretty snappy, they're pretty responsive. If you are someone that is trying to learn how to wheelie and you're looking for a great beginner wheelie bike, this could be one of those options for you. The bike's pretty light. Only thing I'm not a fan of, it has the 36-16 gear ratio, which is no biggie to change out to a 33-tooth sprocket. If you want a little bit of a loudness out of your bike, I would go with a 15-tooth or 16-tooth Ride Out Supply freewheel. You can put a 15-tooth freewheel on here. It's just gonna have to be on the opposite side of the hub and you're gonna have to rotate your tires. It's a pretty quick swap. We got an FSA headset on here. Bozak 29-inch tires. The Bozaks are smooth. Bozaks are good. I've tested Bozaks to the limit before. The only con about Bozaks, if you swerve too hard, you could slide out. But you know, if you have no fear and you don't care how deep you swerve, you should be all right. Whenever there's a new bike, I would like to go over some things I would upgrade on there for the people out there who's looking to do some upgrades for their bike. Probably put a newer version of Pro Max brakes on here or a set of box components brakes on here. I would definitely change this gear ratio to a 33-15 just because I'm so used to that gear ratio on my bikes. I like the loudness of my freewheels when I ride my bike. So Ride Out Supply has always been my go-to freewheels when it comes to new single speed bikes. The rims on here, now these rims are built so that you could run fat tires on here if you wanted to. Now me personally, I don't run fat tires on my bike. I don't really think a lot of people run fat tires on their Big Flyers. I don't really see too many of them out on the streets. If you wanted to run fat tires on the bike, you can. However, I don't see a lot of people doing it, so I would switch over to some skinny wall rims. I'll probably have a bike shop swap out my hoops to some skinny walls. I like the original old SC rims that used to come on these bikes, not the wider rim walls. So definitely that's one of the things I would change. Everything on the bike is pretty cool. You know, the sticker kit's cool. I have no complaints. The handlebars for stock, they're decent. You know, they sell the big honkins, and you know, you can go to Theory's bikes, pick up a pair of handlebars, or you could go to Broke Boys BMX and get a set of 4-piece handlebars. 4-piece handlebars are my favorite pair of handlebars to run on a bike. But if you like the stock look of these bars, ain't no problem with that as well. Again, for the beginners out there that's, you know, looking to learn how to wheelie, this setup is perfect for you. Also, the reason why I have the seat so high is because I'm a tall guy. So I know y'all how y'all be in the comments and stuff. Nothing really too crazy else on the bike that I want to touch on. This bike is stock. This is how you're gonna get it out the box. There's always more things you could do to it when you get it out the box, but for now, this is as good as it gets. This bike retails at $749 US. We have this bike available now at Bicycle Bike Shop out in Boynton Beach if you're interested. It's a pretty cool bike. It's a pretty cool colorway. I know you guys are wondering, Steezy, do a wheelie. I would like to do a wheelie on this bike, but it is a shop bike. It is a brand new bike, and I don't want to mess up the rim walls on here pressing the brakes on. It's gonna mess up the color of the rim walls. So I just wanted to take it out for a little test ride, make sure everything was good, make sure there wasn't no issues on the bike, and I'm gonna get the tires cleaned up and get this thing back on the showroom floor. Iguana, look at that iguana. Ooh, see ya. I might bust one wheelie for you guys though, maybe just one. I forgot I knew how to wheelie without using the brakes. Not a lot of people with those can do that. I started off wheeling without using the brakes. Used to just be speed wheelies just like this. That's how a lot of beginner wheeliers do too, you know, you get a little speed wheelie in. Yeah guys, I'm heading back to the bike shop. you guys are looking for a good budget beginner wheelie bike, definitely check out the Big Flyer, you know. I think they're one of those underrated bikes on the market. You can do some cool upgrades to them as well for a cheap price. So I want to show you guys how to register your SE bike warranty. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to sebikes.com, scroll to the bottom of their website, product registration. Let me turn this down. And then obviously you're gonna put your first name, last name, the city, your zip code, all that stuff. This is important. The model name of your bike, the bike size. So model name, SE Big Flyer. Bike size 29-inch, and then the serial number. The serial number is gonna be on the bottom of your bike, under where the bottom bracket is. Won't be able to see it on GoPro, but I'm just gonna point so you guys know. Your serial numbers are usually located right here under the bike. So type that in, put where you purchased the bike from, date of purchase, and if you wanna upload a copy of your receipt. So pretty easy. You just go to sebikes.com, support product registration, and you just registered your bike.